This is Jay.
This is A.
And this is Moxicated,
where we drop the booze and walk through the reality of life alcohol-free.
So grab your favorite mock, get ready to laugh, and let's get Moxicated.
Hello, and welcome back to Moxicated.
It's another Moxicated day. Feeling alive.
Feeling alive.
Feeling maybe sweaty, depending on where you are.
Summer has definitely arrived.
I know, and I am doing so bad with my plants this year, Allie. I have literally killed like 17.
Well, I know because when you sent me the notes for this episode today, one of them had to do with your plants. It was like, oh, that one was not meant to be sent. It was like how to water grass or something. So I know that you're struggling with your new yard, and I'm really sorry.
Hilarious.
I'm really sorry because when you can't figure out plants, and it's like this, like it's new soil, new sun, new all of the things. It's very stressful and hard because
well, we had turf before.
Oh yeah, and grass is very different than turf.
And our home, which I have found, and I think I talked about this before, I've grown like a connection, but our home is like a breeding ground for all of these animals. So we have a quail family, and there was 10 babies.
Oh, cute.
And they literally were like, they looked like little popcorn. It was the cutest thing. But then we also have a rabbit family. And at first, I thought it was 2 parents, 4 kids. Now there's about 27.
Have you ever seen Zootopia?
No, but I have heard the term being like rabbits. So I figure they're making a lot of babies because I'm like, oh, they're growing up, and then another little tiny one. And then we've found a field mouse baby nest. And then the other day, we thought we got rid of it, which we did. Jojo was playing with another baby mouse, and I'm like, all the babies, get out. Yeah. So they're eating our grass. We are learning about grass, but I've also bought plants at the store that have just sat and died. So we got to get it together, me and the heat.
Maybe it's time to get that cat that your girls always wanted.
That's hilarious because that's exactly what I said this morning.
Yeah.
Well, this is how I'm getting a cat.
But that's a whole new venture, like training a cat to like go outside and come back. I feel like I just don't trust that. But I know there's probably books and people. Have never had a cat, so I'm like, well, that seems very hard because I can't even get my dogs to stay. And if you around.
Have no thing, I was literally, it's so funny that you're saying that because I was thinking this morning, is it someone's job to come and teach people how to have a cat? Like, how do I let it roam and come back? Like, what is okay and what isn't? When do I think another animal got it? When do I trust the cat? Like, I don't know any of this. I've had dogs.
I think you need to interview a cat lady. Hey, if there's any cat ladies out there, we would love to talk about cats.
I know one, Taylor Swift.
Hey, if you're listening. Tay, go ahead and DM us. And let us know how to deal with cats.
Have your people reach out to ours.
Have your people reach our people, a.k.a. me and Jay.
And we could rhyme all day.
Yeah, Tay and Jay and A.
Oh, God, truly. So, anyways.
Accidents don't happen. She will. Will not be an accidental DM. That'll be on purpose.
We just keep checking the requests, girl.
Yes, those requests are scary.
I know, that's why you got to shuffle through them and figure out when, it could be actually T Swift herself.
Scary.
And other times, just fans.
Lots of fans.
So today, we are talking about accidents, but a specific type of accident that I think is more common than people like to admit. And I think Allie and I, both working in the restaurant industry, can understand how accidents happen a lot. But we wanted to talk about the specific accident of being served alcohol.
Yes.
When you don't want it.
Yes. And I think that, too, this conversation comes up a lot because it happens a lot.
Yeah. And I think that the feelings that come when you are alcohol-free, whether you're doing, sober October or you're on a sober journey or you're being alcohol or sober curious, that the feelings that come up with this are very unique and very isolating, which is why I think maybe we don't feel like we can talk about when it happens to us as freely. And it's happened to me, and I've talked about it, I feel like maybe a couple seasons ago, and I will never forget the bar at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. But I asked for a mocktail, and I got served a cocktail, and I knew, like, the first drink I could kind of taste it. And so this is where I beat myself up about it, is that I had another sip, and I knew, like, I confirmed it for sure. And then I asked the bartender, and he said, yeah, there was alcohol in there. And so, it is such a crazy, isolating feeling, and you feel like you've ruined everything. And spoiler alert to the end of the episode, but you still have to listen. You didn't.
No, you
ruin
didn't.
everything.
No. And two, I think that there's a big line there that it's like, you did not go there and say, hey, bring me a fake mocktail.
Yes.
Your intention was not to go and get a drink at the bar. Your intention was to go and get a mocktail at a bar. And so it's very important to also read into your intentions when this does happen.
Well, yes, because I think that, like, the first question that comes up, at least for me, was like, do I still get to call myself sober? And I, in so many different ways, when I saw advice about this specific situation, that's exactly what I was told. Like, were you trying to drink?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. Like, you had no idea. You did not want to. And then when you did, like, how did you react? And again, no shame, but, like, did you want more, or were you completely like, oh my gosh, frustrated? Because that also can help with maybe, like, that shame spiral afterwards, is like, what was your intention going into it? Because intention is important no matter what. And I always kind of preach this to my kids, like, you're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen, but it's like your intention going into it matters, because if you're going into it pretty carelessly, then you're inviting more, I don't know. It's less of an accident.
Yes. And I think, too, at restaurants, it's a loud environment, and there's a lot going on for your server if it's a busy one. And so just to, like, very clearly say what you're ordering, which has also got me in trouble when it comes to, like, I ordered a virgin mojito and got brought a gin mojito because he didn't hear the virgin. And then I also get kind of bugged that, like, the naming of these drinks, a gin mojito, yeah, disgusting. And I actually didn't drink that because I could smell it, because I've always hated gin even when I was a drinker, and I took it up to my mouth. I would have sprayed that. Like, that would have been when I spit out, because I'm not trying to even enjoy that. But just clearly ordering. Oh, but what I was saying, like, some menus will say a no hito on it, but sometimes you need to go the next step and say no alcohol, please, no hito, just because it is loud, and sometimes the servers aren't fully paying attention, and servers have a million things going on in their heads, and so I think just being very clear in your ordering. And if that feels uncomfortable for you, I think, too, another thing to do is be the first person there. Let the person know if you don't want the whole group to know, hey, or go to the bar and get yourself a drink before you even sit down for the gathering, so you don't even have to worry about ordering in front of a group if you don't feel safe.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of different ways that this can happen, and, like, mispronouncing one is, like, hearing it wrong is one. There is new staff being trained that could be making a mocktail incorrectly. I've been handed champagne at events, like, just put into my hand. And so that always presents its own kind of situation. There are, it's funny because boozy desserts, I always stay clear of boozy desserts. I actually stay clear, and this is just a personal preference. Anything that tends to have booze in the title or food is made with it, I steer clear of it just for my own thinking. But the boozy desserts has, like, a specific hilarious thing in my family that I will just share is my aunt made rum balls every Christmas. Rum balls with lots of rum. And my grandma, my dad's mom, never drank. was very strict, stern, zero alcohol, probably her whole life. But when it was Christmas, she would eat these rum balls. She would eat a lot of these rum balls. And this woman would get drunk on rum balls. I'm not joking, you guys. Like, up, mouth open. She, like, loved the rum balls. And that taught me at a young age that, like, these boozy desserts can actually affect you. And so, I mean, obviously it depends on the ratio, but realizing that there is alcohol being made into food and dessert items and can be put in there at a large quantity can help save from an accident as well. Kombucha. Yeah. Kombucha has alcohol content, so always looking for alcohol-free kombucha. There are cold medicines that contain alcohol. There are mouthwashes that contain alcohol. Something that kind of frustrated me, it was cool to be included, but when Celsius started making alcoholic drinks, and then at the same time, like, all of the alcohol seltzers started making alcohol-free seltzers. Very cool, very inclusive, but at the same time, the cans look exactly alike. Hey babes, J&A here, and we have a brand new product to tell you all about. The Honey Love Crossflex Activity Sports Bra.
Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honey Love at honeylove.com/moxicated. That's honeylove.com/moxicated. After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honey Love. For someone who hates wearing a sports bra all day long, my Honey Love bra stays on throughout my day, from Pilates to riding bikes with the kids.
Y'all know bra wearing is minimal over here unless they are comfy, and this bra is so comfy.
The Crossflex Activity Bra is so comfortable, and it's also the perfect t-shirt bra. I love that it has eye hooks and I don't have to pull it over my head.
It's so perfect for a little grounded flow at the studio or a sober girl walk around your neighborhood. It's definitely an all-day bra without any discomfort. And guess what, guys? No uniboob.
Honey Love is an independent, woman-founded brand that creates products designed by women who genuinely wear and understand them, including their founder, Betsy.
Honey Love doesn't just make bras and shapewear. They've built a full line with supportive structure, smoothing fabrics, and premium finishes.
So what are you waiting for? We don't gatekeep here at Moxicated.
Please go treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market using our exclusive link to save 20% off. Honey Love at honeylove.com/moxicated. Again, that's honeylove.com/moxicated. Once you check out, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them Moxicated sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honey Love. Now back to the show. And
Yes.
There's been so many stories of, like, people's moms thinking they were drinking an energy drink and they were actually drinking, like, a boozy hard seltzer, and they were drunk, and it's really funny and they laugh about it. But to me, I don't think that that's very funny. And I think that the packaging and making sure you're looking at the packaging is very important, because how easy is it even for a server to grab one that looks, while they're making a drink, that looks exactly like its counterpart.
I've had a friend grab a 0.0 White Claw and drink it, and I knew that they had it, but they didn't. And then they were like, God, this tastes like kind of better than normal. And I was like, really? I've never had, like, the alcoholic version. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, that's my 0.0 White Claw. And she was like, oh my God, like, what a waste. I don't want this anymore. And I was like, well, you drank it, please enjoy it. Like, use it as a chaser or something. Don't waste it.
That's a happy accident.
But yeah. And so even for drinkers to grab it like an NA and not even notice it.
Yeah,
and so it's
packaging.
like, yeah, the packaging is there should be a more clear label.
There should be. And I think that, to your point, my journey at restaurants was, I feel like, for my first 2 years of sobriety, because I am so, I have so much social anxiety, my husband asked. So I had my safe person, whoever it was that was out with me, say, is this alcohol free? And it honestly took 2 years, and then probably, like, me going out without my husband and being like, I don't have anyone to do, like, my safe person isn't here. I have to kind of do it for myself. And so now, even if Well, actually, and I think that me and Allie do this naturally, but when me and my husband are out as well, when the waitress or waiter comes up and asks for our drink order, I always say we're alcohol free.
It's empowering too.
Yes, and it's like, it's cool because it's like the whole table. Like, we are alcohol free, so what other options do you have for us? Then they'll show them to us. I'll order off of an alcohol free menu, or if I do order off of an alcohol free menu, then when they put it down, I look them in the eyes and I say, this is alcohol free, right? And to me, obviously that's no guarantee, but as someone who was a forgetful, ADHD, didn't even know it, waitress, if someone were to look me in the eye and ask me, there's no way I was gonna like double down on something unless I knew for sure.
Yeah.
And I've had one time someone say, let me go and check and ask the bartender. And they went and asked and came back and said, yes, it's completely alcohol free, because a lot of times people don't want to be on the hooks for that either.
Yeah.
But yes, mock, and I'm sorry to say this word in the way, but mock and cock sound a lot alike. So
Mocks, not cocks.
Mocks, not cocks. If we're ordering mocktails, it can sound like cocktails. That's what happened in my position. I always thought that saying virgin would make it stand out until this happened to Allie. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would have never in a million years thought that, but it is so easy in a loud place to hear gin.
And at an actual bar where everyone else is drinking, like the virgin could get lost in translation. And so I think really just the clear communication and being open with your waiter, as long as you feel safe with that. And if you don't feel safe, Dr. Pepper is great. Diet Coke is a great coffee. Almost every bar has an espresso machine now because of espresso martinis. You can get a latte at almost any bar now.
Yes.
You might have to ask and they might like roll their eyes, but you're still going to get that coffee.
Yeah. Yes. And so it's really like a journey about finding what works for you. But I always ask and make sure someone asks, because I have suffered, the feelings of the I don't know, the backlash of drinking something that I did not anticipate drinking. And the first thing, if this has ever happened to you, to know is that a sip of alcohol or trace exposure is metabolized so rapidly that, especially in an adult, it's not enough to produce any sort of level of intoxication or anything that can feel like it. I know for me, I am a huge like placebo effect girl. I feel like me
too.
and Allie would be like the perfect people. We would be like bouncing off the walls, and they're like, we actually didn't give you guys anything, and we're like, what do you mean? Like,
1000%.
We are good with our minds and manifestation and stuff like that. And I just felt like even those 2 sips, I almost was like getting shaky and like, oh my gosh, do I feel this? But it was my mind playing tricks on me, and I did kind of have to ground myself. Another thing that I think people ask is like, do I start over my days?
No.
Yeah, and I really thought that. I was like, do I even get to count my days now? Does it start at 1? And it's no. And the reason why is exactly how we opened the episode. The intention was not to drink.
Yes.
And sobriety is more than just like, check marks and X's on a calendar of how much you've done something. Sobriety turns into a lifestyle. It is a mindset. It is how you're living. And that doesn't just change off of a sip of something. You're not, doing this. You're not falling back into a lifestyle. You are not actively going to a bar on a hard day and saying, this is what I wanted to do. So that is always a reminder when you are asking these questions.
Yeah. And honestly, if anybody tries to tell you that your days should be different, I say screw them.
I say screw them too. We can kick them out.
Yeah. I think every community, whether it's an AA, the podcast, sober influencers, I think everybody can do their own thing, just like we preach here all the time. Everyone's journey is your journey.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying go drink for 60 days and then go get a 60-day chip because you had a couple days off and think that that's okay, because that's not it. But an accident like this with no intention involved, keep counting. Like, do not let that ruin all of the healing and growth that you've already gone through, because it's the intention there is different.
Yeah. So if you ever find yourself in this situation, a couple things to do in the moment to kind of walk yourself back from the like thought spiral that can come with that. The first one is taking a big pause, taking a big break. I cashed out and got out of there immediately. I left the situation. Thankfully, I was at an airport. There's lots of places to hide. But just pausing and kind of like getting out of whatever environment you are in that just happened, if that is available to you. The second thing is being honest. A lot of times our brain starts telling us stories that are not true. So taking that time to pause and then being honest with what is actually right and true, what your intention was, what actually happened. Regulate, take nice deep breaths. Don't let the story play out in your head. Regulate yourself first. The next one is tell someone safe. And I think that is the best thing I did, is to tell. I think I texted you and I think I called my husband, and it just was able to kind of have someone there to steady me and ground me and tell me like, it's okay. That didn't count, or, remind me of who I was. Which you get to decide what sobriety means to you. You decided why you were doing it in the first place. So come back to that. Does that still ring true in this moment? It should. And then you get to move forward without holding yourself accountable, without, going back and forth on whether you're guilty about something that was not your fault.
Yeah.
It was a complete accident. So, no recounting your days if this happens to you. Your intention is what is most important. Taking a quick scan, Allie in her situation was repulsed by the smell. I was disgusted by the taste. That is such a good sign and a mile marker. And again, like, it's almost like giving you more of like a, see, this is how it is, than pulling you back into the drinking world. And just understanding that, like, a lot of people adhere to purity culture, and sobriety is not about remaining pure. It's not about counting all of the days and making sure that you hit everything exactly as you should. There's no perfectionism here. So, consuming alcohol as an accident is not ever going to erase, like, why you're doing this. Like, your why is still there. An accident happened doesn't mean that it changed everything about your life. What happens next is most important, and that's how you show up for yourself.
Yes. And it's so important to show up for yourself, because once again, you are getting sober for yourself, and this is your journey. And so just be true to yourself. And also, it's okay to feel weird. After that, the bartender or the server was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me bring you a real virgin mojito." And I said, "No, I'll just take a Sprite." I'm like, and that's okay too, if you don't want to order that, then don't.
Yeah.
So I think just give yourself grace in these situations, because it's rarely your fault.
And always, know that you're not alone. Do not isolate yourself inside of it, and do not feel like this is something that happened only to you, or, as Al said, because you're at fault. This is a common thing. And I was once a really dumb idiot server who would write things down and not even remember what words were in front of me.
And I was a drunk server, so.
There you go. There you go. You are in charge of your sobriety journey. As frustrating as it is, at the end of the day, nobody else is. Not the bartender, not the waitress. It's you, babe. So stand up, stand in your truth, be strong. And if there's accidents, don't let them get you down. Accidents happen. We love you, babes.
Talk soon.